The MENA region is obviously a very big block. The key thing with Saudi Arabia is that there is a lot of deal activity going on. We've made new investments, we've exited investments. You've got the availability of liquidity for financing, for raising equity co-investment capital, and you've got obviously the oil wealth coming in and supporting that. We're quite well invested in the UAE. We've operated there for a very long time, and it's always had a good amount of deal flow and also a good element of ability to exit. You have in North Africa two main private equity markets which are active. One is Morocco, the other one is Egypt. And these are active because they have the right regulatory and legal frameworks. There is the right exit mechanism, exit potentials. There is availability of financing, there's availability of management teams, and availability of investment professionals to actually make these investments. Tunisia is another market which is proving to be quite promising, especially after the Arab Spring. Another interesting market which is popping up is Algeria, where while it's not the most straightforward there and it has its challenges, actually there are a number of proprietary growth capital type transactions which are starting to appear. The sectors that one would invest in, interestingly enough, are largely quite similar across that whole block, which in a way helps create the potential for regional platforms. There is potential to create a large specialized logistics operation across that region. We have not scratched the surface yet in terms of creating a pan-regional hospitals group. In oil services, as an example, in some countries there is that potential, there is the growth, in others it's less so obvious. Another area, for example, is around the F&B retail side. In education, you have certain barriers to entry in some markets, you don't have them in others. The key risk from Arab Spring, I would say, is actually the risk of increased regulation. You risk having more government interference in the short to medium term in various sectors, and that could then result in some areas slower growth and a bit more uncertainty. And obviously as investors, one has to navigate that quite cautiously. The strategy for the region is to focus on sourcing the proprietary deals through our local network, building that network of strong management and strong industry experts, so that ultimately when we see transactions, we're able to quickly determine whether there is an angle, there is potential for that investment, and then being able to jointly with the portfolio management team develop the value creation plan that can then help us create the returns.